hell was that? What the hell was that? What the hell? You mean to tell me that this is how you follow up the incredible Expendables 2? Really? Really? Man, I'm so freaking disappointed right now! Welcome back to the Animation Station. Welcome to Expendables 3. Trash! Is it technically a bad movie? No, technically not. But I'm so freaking disappointed. I expected way more coming off the heels of the excellent Expendables 2. And I still said I liked the first one well enough. Sure, it wasn't a rewatchable kind of thing outside of actual, franchise rewatch when a new one gets released, but I still enjoyed it. It was still fun. It was still solid. And then the second one was freaking fantastic. Like, you guys know how much I love the second one if you saw my review. Now, I literally posted not even a few hours ago. So going into 3, I was excited, not to mention seeing Harrison Ford on the poster. Getting an even more stacked people to put up this already stacked cast. And yet somehow, someway, it failed. It is a complete fail. How? Strap yourselves in, everybody, because this is not going to be a very fun review. And if my anger gets a little too overwhelming for you to take, I can entirely understand. Okay? If you want to leave, and you don't want to deal with me yelling and screaming, that's fine. I will completely understand, and I will hold nothing against you, okay? But for the rest of you, I have a bone to pick with this one. So, let's dive in, shall we? So, how does this movie start? It starts out actually pretty good. You have the Expendables on another mission, like they usually do. And then you have the reveal that this guy that Barney thought was dead was actually not dead and somehow escaped being dead, and now he gets some revenge by taking out one of the members. They don't die, of course not, because freaking plot armor, but still, like, oh man. But yeah, the story of this movie's fine. And then, at the half-hour mark, they decide to take everything that made the first two so good, that made the first two work so well, especially the second one, throw it out, and give us something generic, half-efforted, and unexcusably below average. How? Because only at the half-hour mark, not even halfway through the movie, mind you, they decide to take out the legacy characters, and Barney replaces them with new characters. Now, on paper, that doesn't sound too bad, right? The only problem is that the new characters suck! They absolutely freaking suck! They are generic, cliché, stereotypical, and uninteresting as hell. Oh, and Galago. Oh, Galago. Oh, I have a bone to pick with you, pal, because you are so freaking annoying! Almost every single second you were on screen. And you're played by freaking Antonio Banderas. An awesome dude that I have nothing but respect for. But somehow, someway, you make him annoying. Insufferably annoying. To the point that I wanted to crawl through that screen, get on that plane, and punch him in the face! Because he just never, ever shuts up! Never! And all the new characters aren't any good either. Are they as annoying? Absolutely not. But they're not interesting. They're not complex. They're not, fascinating. They're not likable. They're just there to fill slots. That's pretty much it. Heck, one of them is freaking Ronda Rousey. And not even her character is interesting. How? That's another big name star you got for this movie, and somehow they still cannot save it from being boring. The second act of this movie is terrible. Because they throw out the legacy characters, they take every single second they can to piss all over them, just so we can try and like these new characters better. Yeah, they pulled a Last of Us Part 2. They killed, well, not killed, they took out legacy characters and brought in new characters and tried to make the new characters look better by crapping on the old ones. Do you know how much that pisses off your audience? Do you? It's not even funny anymore. There were some funny moments in the movie. Like I said, the beginning of this movie is so freaking good. Like, the beginning is good. It has funny jokes. It's good writing. You have the gang all together. It works. But for some reason, all throughout the rest of the movie, there was a severe lack of laughs. You know why? Because of the writing being subpar. Somehow, some way, they, instead of taking the great writing they had of the second movie, they decided to just throw it all out and get the most cliche, generic, boring, done before, basic, by the books, by the numbers, stereotypical action movie script. And it is bad. Is there some funny lines in this movie? Sure. Is this movie technically bad? No. But it just infuriates me. Because of how great that second movie was, I had high expectations for this third one. And I'm so freaking disappointed. So freaking disappointed, man. I expected more. We deserve more. Oh, and let's not forget this movie's biggest problem that I forgot to put in the written review because I'm a dingus. It's not even R-rated. PG-13. That's like if you make Mortal Kombat PG-13. Oh wait, they did that. But that still had decent writing and decent jokes, so it was still fine. But here, not even the writing can save it, because the writing is as subpar as pretty much everything else. Okay, so you're thinking, okay, maybe it's not that bad. I mean, maybe the action can save it. No. The action in this movie, even the freaking action in this movie, is boring. How do you make this boring? How? I'm just so freaking... This is the angriest I've ever been at a 4 out of 10 movie. The angriest I've ever been. Even angrier than I was with freaking BoJack. And did I just spoil the final verdict? Sure, maybe I did. But I don't care. You know why? Because this movie's not worth your time no matter what. Watch the first two, pretend this third one doesn't even exist. It is easily the weakest of the three. It is easily one of the most disappointing and underwhelming franchise installments I've ever seen. And it has no excuses to be this below average, to be this subpar, to be this half-efforted. Let's just do my written review. I'm done. So, let's see. What's my written review? Great villain. Okay, I will praise this about this movie. It finally gives us a great villain. Legitimately great. Played by freaking Riggs from Lethal Weapon. You have Riggs from Lethal Weapon versus freaking Rambo. How do you screw that up? And their whole back and forth in the movie is good. That whole part of the movie's good. The villain is actually good for once. It's not just some cliche, generic, stereotypical bad guy like the past two. It's someone that's actually interesting. It's someone that actually has some kind of actual fascination, that actually puts in some kind of effort. The directing is still good. The stat cast delivers decent performances. Even the characters that are brand new in this movie that I don't like, the actors still do fine. There's not, like, absolutely awful performances in this movie. No, nothing like that. They're all decent. They're all fine. They're all doing a good job. They're just given bad material to work with, man. The music is still good. The concept is okay, you know, having a brand new team come in. That's not a bad idea to try and shake things up. Problem is, nothing else is able to actually live up to that concept, and thus its execution falls on its face. And the pacing is solid. That's all the good things I have to say about this movie. Unfortunately, though, this was a huge disappointment. The story is boring. The final battle is underwhelming. Considering how great the final battle of the second movie is, that's inexcusable. The action is subpar. All the new characters suck, especially Galago, who is insufferably annoying. The second act is terrible, and the disrespect towards the legacy characters throughout that second act is infuriating. It's way too long and over 2 hours. Seriously, whoever decided to make this 2 hours, yeah, this is not a 2-hour movie. This is an hour and a half to maybe an hour 40. Just like the past two. All the charm of the second film is completely gone, and the number of funny moments is severely lacking. Overall, this is one of the most underwhelming and disappointing franchise installments that I have ever seen. After how great the second film was, this one has no excuses to be below average. It's not even average. Not even average. It didn't simply take a step back from the previous two films. It plunged headfirst off of a freaking cliff. Sorry, but this is one that I just can't recommend. It has its moments, but it's nowhere close to even passable. Skip it, and let's pray that the fourth one gets back on track. Which, thankfully to my friend David Stewart Abrams, who's actually a part of that movie, shout out to him, he says that it is way better than 3. So, hopefully, this fourth one will bring breathe some new life into this franchise, because this is the kind of movie that kills your franchise. I'm done. It's already been nearly 20 minutes of me just ranting and screaming, so I'm done. Let's just get to the final verdict, which I know I've already spoiled, but screw it, we're gonna do it anyway. Final verdict for Expendables 3 is a disappointing, unacceptable, zero excuses, 4 out of 10! 4! I expected so much more, and I'm so freaking disappointed. I'm disappointed, I'm angry, and I am done. If the fourth one, I swear, if the fourth one is anywhere as disappointing as this one, I'm going to lose my mind! I gotta calm down. I gotta calm down. Ugh. So, thank you guys for watching. I'm sorry for getting angry, but this one freaking deserved it. So, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. I promise you, hopefully, nothing else this bad will be reviewed this month. Well, I mean, aside from one, but I'm not going to say which one because that would defeat the purpose. Okay. So, what's our next review? Our next review is a good movie. It's not a great movie, but it's going to be a nice palate cleanser from this disappointing crap. So, I will see you guys next time for the much better and much more worth your time Saw 2. Yes, I did say that. So, yep. This is the next review. Thank you guys for watching. I'm going to go film that one right now and just go cool off for a little bit. So thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time. Just, ugh.